information is so vast. It's so easy to shape opinion now and shape narrative. It's really out of hand. People see something on social media and they use that as the basis for what's going on in this country when it's the total opposite. They can feed you anything, and they're definitely feeding you things to sway you a certain way. And race war and race division is one of their massive number one goals. So they're going to feed you things to split and divide you. And this is on top of them splitting and dividing you from everyone with the virus. So look at this psychological attack from all angles, bro, coming together in a pincer attack, boom, hitting you, all psychological. I mean, next thing you know, you got thousands in the streets.
Right. It sounds like too good of a soup for the creation of martial law.
I mean,
that's what it sounds like. This is the perfect setting for martial law.
I mean, I think it's going to be necessary. You know what I mean? These what's going on, they're not stopping, is what I'm saying. So I don't know.
I've seen two sides. I've seen two sides of this. I've seen people getting the shit knocked out of them by cops on certain feeds, and then I see cops going with the protesters in other feeds. So,
correct, because
which one is bullshit and which one's true? Or are they both true?
I think they both could be true. I think everything's true in its own way. You know what I mean? But I think that, there's 350 million people just in our country. There's going to be everything. There's going to be cops blasting people. There's going to be protesters blasting cops. There's going to be cops laying down their arms and marching with the protesters. There's going to be cops using their arm. I mean, again, there's so many people and so much, and this is now going on in every city that they can pick and choose what they want to show you. They can pick and choose whatever narrative they want. I mean, what I've seen in Philly, the cops have been fairly restrained. I mean, they're not all out, fighting everybody and running people over. But I've seen some stuff where it's gotten violent. But I mean, it's gone past the peaceful part. If they were marching through the streets and everything was peace, okay, now you're on your third day of everything getting burned and looted. I mean, I saw they shut down a huge highways, Vine Street Expressway here in Philly.
Wow.
Cops cornered them and blasted them with tear gas. I mean, and people were scattering. I mean, it's like, they're not stopping. People, I'm in South Philly, people in South Philly, guys I know are congregating, and just standing out in front of the local Target and telling people, look, if you want to come in here and loot, let's get it on. And, it's what it's come down to, literally. Whereas, if you want something to not burn, their goal here is to not stop. They're burning everything. They started in Center City. They went to West Philly last night. They were trying to come to South Philly. I mean, they're going to loot and burn everything they can. Who is the exact culprits? I definitely think it's deep, far leftist groups like Antifa and others, that's really organizing it. It's these weird white people, dude. I hate to say it like that, but it really is. They're just strange, far leftists. A lot of them Ivy League educated, a lot of them professors and stuff like that. Smart people, using people as pawns for what they feel is, their objective for society. And unfortunately, their objective is destroy. These aren't builders. These are people with PhDs in, weird things, weird social things. So whereas, they're smart people, man, and they're going to use their intellect to, move people in certain ways. And the worst part about it is the community that they act like they're for are the ones they hate the most, man. These people are the most racist. These people hate the poor communities the most. And we know that because all they do is try to control them. That's all they do is control over them. And that's who they are at their core, is control freaks. They've never had control of anything in their life. They're totally out of control emotionally, so they have to control and dominate you physically. You know, if you look at these people, dude, that are starting this stuff off, they would never step in anyone's face and throw a punch if they had a problem with you. And that's the problem with these groups to begin with, bro, is they operate behind the scenes. They operate in secrecy. They don't have an agenda as far as, okay, police brutality or whatever, and they won't step to a group of men and say, here's our problem, and we're here to solve our problem. Put your hands up. You know what I'm saying? Like a man would do. And I'm not a tough guy at all. I'm the most nonviolent guy there is. But if you kick me in the nuts, I'm going to punch you in your face.
Right. That's the proper response.
I'm a human, you know, but these people aren't like that, bro. They're going to sneak up behind you and hit you over the head with a hammer or you know, an object or something like that. They're just weird white liberals. They're strange people, man. And
dude, I always said the real bad guys in the movie Revenge of the Nerds were the nerds.
I mean, I don't remember that movie like that, but you know,
all right.
You know, the big education, big science. You know, all these people are horrible, dude. I mean, they're all just, you know, out of control, mad scientists trying to rule things. You know, because they just, for many reasons, man. But hating themselves is one of the reasons. So, you know, they got their fangs in, and you know, they're controlling a lot, and they're not going to stop. You know, they weren't going to stop. So I don't know what, you know. It's like it's a thin line. Are the cops going too far? Are the cops not going far enough? Now I saw some more stuff on social media today where somebody got a black guy got shot in L.A. And you're starting to see that more and more now of, like, you know, protest stuff, the violence that happens from that. So it's just like they got you right where they want you, you know, because now they can just pick and choose. They have so much content to pick and choose from that's going on in so many cities to where they could do whatever they want. They could shape whatever narrative they want. They could blame it on whoever they want. They could say whoever they want started it, whatever. You know, it's just their playground. And in reality, it's like, you know, you're just sitting back trying to sort it all out, and it's just horrible because the people that are hurt the worst are the people that they're supposed to be supporting, and that's the community, like African American communities that feel as though they have a problem with police brutality. You know, they're going to be that narrative gets blown out of the water, and nobody even talks about that because everybody talks about everything else. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's sad, man. It is really a sad thing that's going on.
Man, what is South Philadelphia looking like right now? Like, if you look out your window, what do you see?
South Philly's cool. South Philly, it hasn't reached, which is another reason that I'm saying, like, I live in the black community, you know, and I'm, you know, not out and about as much now because it's like you pretty much stay in. I mean, I go out to exercise, but, you know, I'm known in the community to the black people that live around there. I don't see black people congregating and on the corners and saying, let's move and let's go do this and let's go do that. If I look out my window right now, it's on my block, it's people chilling or people are inside now because we got a strict 6 o'clock curfew.
We just got an 8 o'clock one put on us.
Yeah, because all the stuff going on, so it's empty right now. But that's what I'm saying. I live in the black community. I don't see these people moving to, you know, destroy the city or anything like that. I think maybe more than anything, if there's an opportunity where, you know, people can go get some merchandise that they either need or can take back and sell. I mean, people are hurting now, bro. You locked people in their homes and took their jobs. I know you gave them the unemployment, but still, you hurt people with that. You know, and our unemployment here in PA is completely backed up. People ain't getting it, this and that. So, but now in Center City, and you know where it was going down the street, that they shut down the Bond Street Expressway, which is a big road, and you know the cops had to tear gas them. I mean, you know, it's hot still. Helicopters everywhere, you know, and just people running around. You know what another thing is, bro, that I want to say about the connection to COVID is that what really helps them to have this unrest is everybody masked up. Everybody masked up. You know,
right.
that helps because you can't tell what's going on. So that's another thing where COVID actually plays into the civil unrest that's going on. You know what I mean? People can wear their masks, and it's like you can't tell who's who. If they try to go back and look at all this footage and charge people and do this and do that. So, I mean, they got a real mess on their hands here, bro.
Right.
And it's National Guard coming in, and National Guard out here, or State Guard. I don't know who's who and what's what. Extra troops came in last night.
National Guard.
And, right. And now I just saw Trump. Did you see Trump just had a address to the nation? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I stopped watching the news.
Trump,
I get all my news on my feeds, man.
So, yeah, Trump just came out and said it's over. He said we're stopping the protest. And he said in D.C. it's basically martial law. And if he gave the governors and mayors, I guess, you know, however long it takes to mobilize the troops he needs. But he said it's over. He's sending them in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seen this
just
coming,
made
huh?
that announcement.
I definitely saw this coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you can't really. The cops are mostly standing down in a lot of places. In Minneapolis, you saw them, you know, let them take the police station. I mean, there's really not much the cops can do. Like, I mean, they would have to start literally beating and destroying these protesters, and that's just going to be even worse for anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
I mean,
This just sounds like I read the article about Agenda 21. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Okay, this is like the final stages.
Yes.
I saw a post on it on Facebook the other day. A guy said this is the final stages of Agenda 21. It's 2020. There won't be in the United States of America by 2021.
Yeah. Initially, I heard that the plan was more supposed to go into action by 2030, and I think that I kind of take that as true because what it looks like to me, bro, is that they've had to go a little too fast with their plan here. I mean, they've had to hit us with kind of everything at once, and
yeah,
that's not really the.
Yeah, everything. I'm sorry, you're exactly right. Everything got hit at once.
And that's really not the way they want to implement that plan. If you look at Agenda 21, one of the things about it is that it's supposed to be implemented slowly. You know, it's the frog in the boiling water scenario where if you just turn the water up incrementally, very little bit by bit, the frog doesn't even know when he boils to death. And that's what was really supposed to be happening with this. But Trump threw a big monkey wrench in their game, bro.
Yeah.
You know, again, yeah, I mean, it's like, he hasn't been perfect, but he's fighting them. You know, he's not a blood drinker, and he's fighting the blood drinkers the best he can. So, I mean, I think that's what made them have to roll out their plan quicker. And I think that's ultimately going to be what has their plan fail, is that it's had to been implemented too quickly, and they pushed too hard with all the vaccines and the chips and the 5G and all this. It was just too much at once, and people reject that shit, bro. People are not into this. People are too, for the most part. Now, there's still a whole lot of people that's super sleep and is just listening to the government and whatever they say goes, and are just dug into their side or like left and far left. And it's scary, and we kind of, we're in a fight with them. I mean, they released their stuff all at once, but it's good stuff, like on their side. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It
is kind of like they blew their whole wad at once.
Right, but it's a super strong operation that if we don't fight and if we don't expose and try to get people understanding what's going on, they're gonna win. They have a chance of winning. It's not like, we got this thing in the bag at all. They've tried to take the president out since the day he was inaugurated, and with all the stuff that's coming out about the spying, even before that, they were spying on him and sending all types of operatives at his team and all